So today's notes, we're going to talk about scale factor. And this is on page 15. So we're going to start out with the definition of what scale factor is. So the definition of scale factor is a ratio B over A. That's an example of a ratio. That multiplies a number in the original figure, we'll call it A, to get the corresponding value in the new figure, which is B. Okay, and an important word in this definition is multiplies, because we will be multiplying right now at all times. So let's start off with an example, and I'm going to draw a triangle. Okay, and it's going to look like that. So if I'm telling you that there's a number that takes A and you multiply it and you get the B side, let's just think about it for a second. We have a 2 and we have a 6. Well, 2 times what gives me 6? 2 times 3 gives you 6. So 3 is actually that scale factor. So if I put some more values in this one, like let's say I put a 3 here, go ahead and see if you can figure out what that value would be. Well, you take the 3, you multiply it by 3, and you're going to get 9. So that's how you use the scale factor. And just as a note, I'm going to write scale factor equals, so let's say it wasn't this easy, you would do 2 times something gives you 6, divide by 2, and that's how you got that 3. Now obviously you knew that 2 times 3 is 6, but if it's not that easy, you set up that equation. Okay, so let's do another example. Okay, so let's say we have those two triangles. Well, then 3 times something is going to give you that 5. So let's set up our equation for scale factor. The scale factor will be 3 times something equals 5. So when you solve for x, that scale factor is 5/3. So you're multiplying by 5/3. So you're going to do the same thing with the 6. You're going to just do 6 times 5/3. And you can just plug that right into a calculator. Or you can solve it out. So if I plug this into a calculator, I'll do 6 times 5/3, and it's 10. Okay, but you could have done that by hand, but if you just want to plug it in a calculator, that's fine. Now I want you to try one. So you go ahead and do this one now. Okay, so start by finding that scale factor and then use that to find x. So when you found your scale factor, you said 10 times something is going to give me that 4. So 10 times something equals 4, divide by 10, x equals 4/10. That's the scale factor. So that means I'm going to take 7, multiply it by 4/10, and get x. So again, I'm going to plug that right into my calculator. 7 times 4/10, 2.8. And that's how you use scale factor.